Psalm 40 starts off this way. I waited patiently for the Lord, and he inclined unto me and heard my cry. And he brought me up also out of a horrible pit, out of the miry clay, and set my feet upon a rock, and established my goings. He has put a new song in my mouth, even praise unto our God. Many shall see it and fear, and shall trust in the Lord. You know, it's easy during difficult times to feel that we're isolated, to feel like we're stuck in a pit. David felt that way. He felt like he was in a pit with mud at the bottom and unable to get up, unable to help himself out. I read a little story in a little gospel comic book, believe it or not, when I was about 11 or 12 years old, and it stuck with me all these years. The story goes that a little boy fell into an abandoned well. There was no water in the well. There was just some slick clay at the bottom of the well. And in the story, the world's religious leaders came by, and Confucius came by and looked down in the well, and he said to the little boy, you know, if you'd have done what I told you to do, if you'd have followed my instructions, you would not be in that well to begin with. And Buddha came by. Buddha looked down and said, little boy, if you would meditate, if you'd concentrate, if you'd dig deep down inside of yourself, deep enough, you could find a way to transcend this well. But Jesus came by, and he didn't speak a word. He simply reached down a nail-scarred hand and pulled the little boy up out of the well. David said, when I felt stuck in the mud, when I felt like there was no way out, I cried out to the Lord, and he leaned over to me. He inclined unto me. He heard my prayer, and he brought me up also out of the miry pit, out of the miry clay, and he set my feet on a rock and established my goings. And he did more than that. He put a new song in my mouth, and many shall hear it and be converted. During this time, God wants to put a new song in your mouth. He wants to lift you up out of that miry clay, out of that terrible pit that you're in, and put you on a solid rock, which is himself. That's my prayer for you today, is that you'll feel the hand of Jesus lifting you higher and setting you on a solid rock.